Alright, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, coming to you with a set of videos I'm creating based on the Rankin Technical College AWD Application and Web Development 1111 .NET Framework with Web Databases class. And I'm in the middle of Chapter 8 of 18 of our text, ASP.NET MVC with Entity Framework and CSS by Naylor. And I left off where we are going to add a basket index view. So the author says we now need to add a view to display the basket. We're only going to create one view to display the basket because of the way the basket functions. A basket is effectively created by adding a product to it and updated by adding or removing additional products. You add a product via the product details page, and change, quantity, remove, and empty are all done from one page, the basket index page. Prior to adding this, it says remove the line of code from the Views Shared folder to remove the home link and make some space in the navigation bar for later use in the chapter. So let's go into our Views Shared layout and remove that line. So Views Shared layout, and we want to remove this line. I believe it is right here. Let's double check. Okay. And we are also asked to make some space, okay, for later in the chapter. To add a new basket index view, right-click on the index method in the basket controller.cs. So we have to find our index, which is there. Right mouse click on it, choose Add View. Using the Details Template option. So we want to name it index, use the Details Template option. So we're told what to do right here. So let's take a quick look at that. Oops. Oh, let's see. Make this smaller and see if it looks okay. Index, details, basket. Oh, that's got to be the basket view model. We want the reference in the Use Layout page. That looks good. Leave that empty and click Add. There was an error getting the type. Try rebuild. Of course, we have to rebuild the project first. So let's cancel. Build solution. I should have known that already. Right mouse click, Add View. All right, one last time here. Index, details, basket view model. Index, details, basket view model. The data context class, according to this, is empty. And Something looks wrong on mine, so I'm trying to figure out what it is. We don't want a partial view. There we go. We do want to reference script libraries and use a layout page. I believe now that that is correct. Okay. Click Add. I should not get that error now. There it is. Update the new view basket as follows. So I'm just going to grab everything. I'll have to change this baby store to BS2, but that's not a problem. Oops. So let's copy that to the clipboard. I'm just going to make the changes that they show here so again, we've got that. This should say your basket. This will be view bag title. Got a div here, and it looks like right below that div, update the file as follows. This updates the title and layout to use divs rather than DL, etc. So I guess I do want to remove everything that's in this here. Just grab the entire div like this, copy, paste, okay, and it does not show in this paragraph here this edit, etc. stuff that's in there. Tell you what, I'll leave it in there, but at the bottom I will add this. All right. In the code, the div with the CSS class column, MD8, which you can see right now, will be 8 columns wide, and the one with the 1 will be 1 column wide. Right click in the view file and choose view in browser. Okay. Now according to this, we do not want this here. But let's save. Right mouse click and choose view in browser and make sure that it looks the way that it does on page 309 in the text. It should say your basket and then basket total in 000, $0.00. Okay, the only thing that's different is with mine it's over here, and in the books it's over here. That could be because of the size that I've got my page. I'm just wondering if I shrink it enough. Or, come on, there we go. Now it looks as it does in the book. All right, now add some headings to the view file. These will be used to show headings for each line as follows. So that is shown on pages 309 and 310. So let me stop my run here. Get rid of this for now. So I saw that. Now I'm up to here. Now do I have all this? Copy. Looks like I want that to go right here. And I don't need an extra horizontal rule. Yes, I do. All right. The headings will appear on the page as shown. So I should now have item, quantity, price, and subtotal, which I did not previously have. So let's again save, and let's again view this in the browser. Again, this is page 309 and 310 in the book. And as you can see, it looks like it's coming along pretty well. All right. Now add some code to show each product added to the basket along with a thumbnail version of the main image. So after that second HR tag, we need a for loop, which is incomplete because the rest of it is on page 311. So I said, as always, don't let this throw you at all. Let me do this. So that's where I left off. If that's null, and so that'll be on the top of page 311. That's right here. Again, don't let this throw you. Boom, it's already cleared itself out, equals new. So according to our text, this additional code will loop through each basket line in the view model and display the name of each product, plus that product's main image as a thumbnail. Both these elements are generated as hyperlinks to the product's details. Note that rather than use a for each loop, we have used a traditional for loop with a counter. The reason for this is to ensure that the MVC framework can automatically recognize values submitted by the form as a basket view model, which will be explained in the next section. Allowing the user to add a basket. I am at 14 minutes. Let's see where this puts us. Thought I could do this in one more presentation, or this one, but I don't think that's going to happen. So let's do this section and see where we are for time. We are going to allow users to add products to their baskets from the product detail page. So we now need to add an HTML form to this view. This form will target the add basket action of the basket controller. To generate this form, we need to add the following code to our products details views products details.cshtml file as the last element in the DL tags just before the closing DL. So let's go to the views products details. And right before that ending DL tag, which is right here, we want to add this. Let's add it and then come back and see what kind of explanation our author gives us of this. Again, as always, I like to try to at least somewhat clean this up so I can read it and figure out what's, hopefully at least, what's happening in here. All right, well, I think that pretty much cleaned it up. All right, so as you can see it in blue there on the screen, and it's on page 313 in the book, this form contains a drop-down list helper, HTML helper, that uses a link query to generate an HTML select control showing the values 1 to 10. This control is named quantity, and the form submits this quantity value along with the product's ID to the add basket method of the basket controller class. The author has chosen to do it this way, but if required, could have also created a view model and added the new quantity property for completeness. All right. To see this in action, start the website without debugging. So let's go back, let's save, and add this new quantity property Well, to see this in action, start the website without debugging and click the View All Our Products link on the home page. So let's run. So from the home page, which is going to come up, click the View All Products. And once that comes up, click on the image for the 3-pack of Bibs product, as shown. You will then see the new form at the bottom of the page, as shown down here. Enter 3 as the quantity and click the Add to Basket button. We should be directed to the basket index page as shown on our screen now and in figure 8.6 on page 315 of our text. And the basket will now show the product's main image from the thumbnails folder. The basket total should also be displayed, and you can see that it is $26.97. The process that got us here was that the new form called the add to basket method of the basket controller.cs file with the product's ID and quantity. This in turn called the basket class, creating a new basket line entry by calling the add to basket method while first generating a new basket ID and storing this in the session. That's a mouthful. All right. And finally, to finish up this section, the author says, to see the effect on the database, I think we're going to have to close this. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to close that too. And the author says here, let's stop the run. Let's go back into here. And to see what it's doing in the database here, expand the store context connection. It is. All right. And view the data of the basket lines table. This right here is, there's the GUID, whatever you call it. 6/3, the date that is created is, of course, different than the one that's in the book. In fact, mine is, in 3 days from now, mine would be 4 years later than what's shown there. All right. Note that if a user adds a previously added item to their basket via the product details page, the quantity is simply updated for the additional quantity of items. A new basket line will not be created. So if I decided I wanted to buy more than 3 of these, all right, and I went back and did it where we just saw it. I don't have the run up right now. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. The next section is on updating the basket, model binding to a list or array. And I am now at 22 minutes. So I believe that I will stop right here and continue on in part 3 for this chapter.